Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 22 of albums that are 40 years old. In 2024, as we look back on our 29 favorite albums released in 1984, got 29 days in the month. Our 29 favorites across all genres, right? They're all up for grabs here. I'm not ranking mine. It's no real order here. I'm just getting all my favorites one at a time, each and every day. So today's pick is the seventh studio album from this Canadian band, released November 19th, 1984, recorded at Metalworks Studios in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. I believe that's how you say that. Mississauga, something like that. Produced by Eddie Kramer and the band for MCA Records. I'm talking about Thunder 7 from Triumph. That's right. That other little power trio from Canada. Right? Kind of always got a little overshadowed by Rush, and then but still released some really cool albums and great music themselves. Of course, the band Rick Emmett on lead vocals, backing vocals, guitars, bass pedals, all sorts of other stuff, keyboards and things like that. Gilmore, drums, lead and backing vocals. Mike Levine, bass guitar, keyboards, as well as some additional people helping out on the album, backing vocals and whatnot. It's funny because when I think of like the discography of Triumph, I always have maybe three albums that generally come up as my, Allied Forces is kind of always my favorite. Just the Game is really good. Progression of Power is really good. This album is really good. It's like you have the one big album, and then all the others kind of vie for second and third place. And I think that Thunder 7, for me, is, and I'm not saying that the albums that came after are not very good, but they are. They have their moments. But I think this is the last really strong through and through Triumph album for me, anyway. It starts off with Spellbound. Great song, released as a single, didn't do all that well compared to another song on this album. But still really good track. I love how you have both Gil and Rick taking turns on lead vocals throughout the whole album. That's always the great thing about Triumph. You had the two very distinct voices, right? You would get plenty sung by each one on each album. Rock Out, Roll On, another rocker. I mean, really, when you look at it, side one is pretty much a banger on this album. You got Spellbound, Arena Rock, Rock Out, Roll On. Also very catchy. Heavy rock. Cool Down's another ripper. Love that as well. And then Follow Your Heart, which was the big single on the album, although I think it wasn't really big because it only made it up to, I think, number 88 or so. 88 on the U.S. charts, but still for Triumph, a single that performed fairly well for them. Not a big singles band, although they did have lots of FM radio staples back in the day. But yeah, side one, Spellbound, Rock Out, Roll On, Cool Down, and Follow Your Heart. Really, really strong. Then over on side two, you got the very cool Time Goes By. You got some slightly proggy stuff on side two, which is kind of interesting. You got Time Goes By. It's the longest track on the album. It's just over 6 minutes. You got Midsummer's Daydream, which is a cool little guitar thing from Rick Emmett. You got two little guitar pieces on this album. What an amazing player. And I think what's always really interesting is most of the little guitar pieces he played were more kind of like bluesy, kind of classical, folky things. And if you look in his solo career, he did plenty of that after Triumph. So maybe at his heart that was really his love, right? Here they are playing this big, loud rock music, right? But maybe deep down inside, that's really what he liked to do more. Time Cannon. Also pretty brief, minute and a half long, but very cool, kind of like a cappella thing with the guys and the voices. Really neat song. Not something you'd expect from Triumph. Killing Time is another great one. Again, kind of textured, kind of proggy. Stranger in a Strange Land, also kind of proggy, right? You got some interesting, you got on side two, you got all these kind of like tracks that have this whole time concept thing going on, which is really interesting. And then it finishes out with Little Boy Blues at the end. Again, an excuse for Rick to kind of go and do some kind of cool blues stuff, right? So all in all, really dig this album. Really good. And I think it's held up really well for them. Charting position, Canada. This made it to number 37. Kind of low, I think, for Canada, right? Swedish charts, number 43. And the U.S. Billboard Top 200 made it to number 35. In Canada, this did go platinum. So even though it didn't chart that high, it did sell 100,000 units sold to go platinum. And here in the States, it went gold. 500,000 units sold. And like I mentioned, the singles released were Follow Your Heart and Spellbound. So pretty cool album from a pretty cool band. Thunder 7 is my pick for today. Let us know what you think of Thunder 7 down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today, pick number 22. And we'll see you tomorrow for number 23. Not too many days left, right? We're finishing up the month of February. And before we move on to 1994, just wanted to let everybody know. So next week, I will be away on a work trip all week long up in Boston, Massachusetts. So I will not be here pumping out content during the week, but thankfully I will have everything pre-recorded and loaded onto the channel for you guys before I go away. So I'm going to be pretty busy this weekend doing all of that to make sure you got all the stuff ready and available to hit when it's supposed to hit. But as far as oddball shows and things like that, we'll have to wait till I get back. So, but yeah, you'll have in the proxy next week. You'll have all of these shows as well. You'll have some new album reviews, so that'll all be already loaded on the channel by the time I leave. And I'll see you all guys when I get back. So anyway, thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support. There's some of you may be asking, it's like, Pete, you got all these strange looking dogs behind you the last couple days. Well, we are dog sitting. The kids are away on a trip, so we've got their 2 dogs here. So that's Liliana, we got Dante, and you've seen Tala and Nuka in here, and Kira's still sleeping. And yeah, so 5 dogs in the house this week. It's been a little nuts, but we do this fairly often for them, so it's not a big deal. Dogs are great. Anyway, see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.